Hi, hello, and welcome to my 61st prediction video. This weekend we have some really good fights ahead of us, and yeah, there's quite a lot to take in. Well, first of all, I would like to say something about the Gervonta Davis, or Gervonta, however you say it, fighting Jesus Marcel Andres Cuellar for the WBA World Super Featherweight title. Yes, Gervonta Davis is one of the best new fighters in this division, of course. Very exciting puncher, offensive fighter. He has knocked out most of his 18 out of his 19 opponents. And this guy Cuellar, I know of him, of course. He was actually the WBA featherweight champion for a while. He beat Victor Chinian, knocked him out, or technical knockout, sorry. And he also knocked out Juan Lopez in 2 rounds and beat Jonathan Oquendo. But then he lost to Abner Mares. But he hasn't fought since then. It was in December 2016. And that may be a little difficult for him. He's not so young either now. He's 31. Well, anyway, he's a lot older than Davis, who is 23 anyway. So yeah, this is in Brooklyn. Of course, it's never easy to step up to another weight class, and well, even though Cuellar, that fight against Mares was close, he lost. He was knocked down once also. So he doesn't seem, well, he can punch, of course, but except for that victory over Juan Lopez, he didn't really end Archinian, but that was kind of a beat down more than a clean knockout, of course. So he wasn't a really great puncher at 126, and now at 130 I doubt he will be a really good puncher either. So Davis, he's looked nothing but impressive, even though he still hasn't fought anyone. Well, he beat Liam Walsh, who was undefeated, but Walsh is more perhaps European level than world level. He beat Jose Pedraza, who was kind of untested also, and he lost to that guy Flanagan also. So, to make it short, I think Davis will win by a stoppage, perhaps 7th or 8th round, something like that. His last fight also went 8 rounds. Yeah, but of course it can also go to the scorecards, because one thing that goes in Cuellar's advantage is his experience. He has a lot more experience from world title bouts. So, but anyway, I just can't see him winning this fight. So Davis will win. I think by a stoppage. Yeah, that was that. Well, then we have another interesting fight. It's in Barclays Center also, and it's Adrian Broner versus Jessie Vargas. Adrian Broner is coming off a loss to Mikey Garcia in July, while Vargas he's lost to Manny Pacquiao before, but he won his last fight, which was in December, on points against Aaron Herrera. And before that he surprised, I guess, everyone, and he stopped Saddam Ali, who was undefeated and really looked quite impressive until then. So Vargas is the taller guy, of course, has a longer reach as well, but Broner is more of a natural puncher. Both are equal in age, 28. Broner, of course, has achieved more than Vargas so far, but he hasn't really, he lost to Maidana and Porter and then Garcia, so he hasn't really, stood the test against the best. So I think he is the favorite, I guess, to win this fight, but Vargas is a lot taller, 4 inches taller, and he hasn't been stopped. He fought Timothy Bradley and Manny Pacquiao and all those guys. He can box, of course. He's a very good defensive fighter, so I can also see him getting the nod, the decision somehow. But I think Broner will really have to dig deep, and be aggressive, but also fight smart. Because otherwise, if he only goes in and expects, to just walk Vargas down, then he might find it's a lot more difficult than he thinks. He might find himself, getting beaten, outboxed. But so I think Broner will win, perhaps on a split decision or something like that, or maybe unanimous. Yeah. This is a fight that he really needs to win, because otherwise his future is really, not in a good place. He's already lost 3 times, and in order to keep getting more big fights, he needs to step it up, to win this one. And Vargas also, since he lost, but anyway, he lost to 2 of the absolute best fighters today. Well, they were that when he fought them still. So yeah. Even though Pacquiao was at the end of his, of course, greatness. So anyway, I think Broner must be counted still as a favorite, because Vargas, he tends to, take it easy and, just doesn't like to engage always as much, and I think Broner is still athletically superior and faster and hits harder and all that. So if he can get him in trouble and maybe knock him down, maybe I can even see a late stoppage, but I wouldn't bet on it. So I think I will just say Broner wins on points. Yeah, okay, well, then there is one fight in the smaller divisions, at bantamweight. Zolani Tete, one of my favorite fighters below 126. He's fighting against Omar Andres Narvaez. He's a legend, of course, but he's now getting on in age, and he's 42. I don't really know why he's taking this fight, but he has been destroyed by Inoue, of course, but since then he won a minor title, and he won 5 fights. But here I don't see him winning, of course. In his last fight, Tete ended the fight in 11 seconds only. That was really impressive. So he is one of the best, definitely, bantamweights out there, definitely. Yeah, I can see another knockout here, because Narvaez is so past his peak, and we saw what happened when he fought Inoue. He was just destroyed simply, because he never fought a fighter. He has really many title defenses, but he never really fought someone as awesome as Inoue, as offensively just a wrecking machine like Manny Pacquiao used to be. But this guy Tete is very tall, for a bantamweight at 5'9", while Narvaez is just 5'2" actually. Oh shit. So this is a big mismatch. I think maybe even this won't go past the 3rd round or something. Perhaps, yeah, something like that. Maybe the 5th. I think so. Tete will win by a knockout between the third and the 6th round. That's my prediction. And then Jermell Charlo is fighting against Hugo Centeno Jr. Yeah, Centeno Jr. He surprised everyone when he knocked out that guy Emmanuel Alim. He was stopped by Maciej Sulecki in 10 rounds before that. Anyway, he has fought at both super welterweight and middleweight, and even perhaps a little at super middleweight. But this is a middleweight fight, of course, for the interim WBC title. He is the taller guy. This Centeno is 6'1.5", very tall for a middleweight, while Charlo is 6 feet. Yeah, Charlo is the favorite here. He just has destroyed almost everyone so far. I mean, Bondridge and Julian, Williamson, Jorge Sebastian Heyland. So, of course, Centeno is tall. He can box, I guess, and punch, as he proved against Alim. But I think Charlo is just too good, I guess, for him. Too much of everything. I think he will win this by some, perhaps 10th round stoppage again or something, 9th maybe. Yeah. Just simply as simple as that. Jamaal Charlo wins. Yeah, I doubt it will go to the scorecards. So yeah, that's okay. And then the last one for now is the big showdown in Belfast. Frampton, the Jackal, is fighting Nonito Donaire, the Filipino Flash. Of course, Donaire is not what he used to be now, but Frampton is still not going to have an easy night, I guess. but he can outwork Donaire with his speed and his combinations. He's a very, very good boxer, Frampton, and very, very accurate puncher, good body puncher, of course. And Donaire, of course, has that power, but at featherweight, well, perhaps not. It's not all that as it was at bantamweight and super bantamweight. So, it's been a while since he really scored a great knockout in a really relevant fight, Donaire. The last time was in 2012 against Jorge Arce, who was also a little on the slide even. So he stopped Darchinyan. That was like, he was coming from behind actually. So Frampton is younger and fresher and has a lot more to prove and a lot more at stake. So this is for the interim WBO featherweight title, and of course Frampton is fighting at home, so that's an advantage for him, of course. Yeah, I think Frampton will take this one on points most likely, yeah, because it takes a really good hard puncher like Nicholas Walters to stop Donaire, and Frampton is just not that. I'm afraid he's a good puncher, but he's not a really devastating puncher. Not at 126 pounds. So yeah, he was always more like a combination puncher at 122. So, but sometimes he could really hit you with a cracking shot and then stop you. That's his great strength. But as we saw against Scott Quick, for instance, he hit him with many good shots, but there was just no reaction really. He didn't come close to stopping Quick, even though Quick is a really big super bantamweight and featherweight. Yeah, I think Donaire, this is the end of the road for him. I think he has squandered away the rest of his prime by, just falling in love with his power, I guess, and, just not, he stopped developing, I guess, as a boxer, a technical boxer. So that was most evident when he fought Rigondal. He was really, really taken to school. I never expected that to happen. It was really amazing. So I don't think that would happen to Frampton. So anyway, he has that advantage. He always, he always boxes, always uses his head. So that's it. I think Frampton will win, as I said, on points. Perhaps if he manages to land enough shots, maybe he can force a late stoppage, but I don't think that's very likely, of course. Yeah, so that was all for this time. So see you around. Thanks, bye bye.